Hey YouTube, so I got some questions about throwing no spin with a kunai, and it's not something I do a whole lot, ever really. For one, I don't really have kunais to work with. I got a set of these, poor quality, broke them, so I haven't really got to practice with them a whole lot. You can throw kunai no spin. Usually people do it with the smaller knives, but you can do it with big ones like this. This one's a 12-incher, and it's doable, but I'm not very good at it. But I'll show you how I do it. And maybe you can learn from it. Alright, so there's a couple different grips you can use. You can use like a thorn style grip, sort of like that. If you want to, you could turn the knife over so you can release it flat. Release the knife flat reduces accuracy, but it'll slow down the spin. You can also hold the knife. Alright, you can kind of cup it like that. Alright, and release it sort of like you would your shuriken style throws. And I would just play around with this thing. You can, the O right here, this should be obvious for most people, but it has nothing to do with giving it no spin capabilities at all. In fact, it kind of hinders them. You know, when I like to release my knives like this, and I can't really stroke down. This thing right here just gets in my way, and it's kind of awkward. It doesn't really do anything to affect the center of balance either. So, I don't know. See what you can do. Alright, here's some really close no spin throws of what you call like a thorn or spear style grip. Alright, here's like a flat grip. The thing about the flat grip is that when you release the knife, okay, flat, so that the plane of the knife is coming against the air, it's going to slow down the spin so much that it doesn't rotate. Bad thing is, it's really not that accurate, okay? The knife will often wobble, and it just really isn't a very, consistent way to throw it. Now, you can throw shurikens like this all day long because it's a spike, okay? And it just doesn't have that plane of the knife that's going to slow it down and throw off the accuracy. I'm going to play around a little bit with different grips. One grip I was thinking about using for this style, alright, it's sort of like a cupped grip like this. Alright, with my middle finger sort of on the back of the handle, my index finger and ring finger kind of supporting it. So, we'll see how that works. Works alright. Okay, now there's another technique you can use. I didn't have a whole lot of luck with that last grip, but I just remember this. You can use like a Russian grip. Okay, I call it a Russian. Basically what I'm doing is I've got my thumb on the back of the knife like that, wrap my fingers around, and it's a no spin throw, but unlike a spear style throw where you're using the index finger wrist action to slow down the spin, you're using a stiff wrist action. You cock it back and use a stiff pushing motion. And instead of using your index finger to stroke the handle, it's going to be your thumb. Okay? Now, again, you're going to release the knife flat. Okay? So it doesn't spin, but it occasionally will wobble, and it's not as accurate as your more point forward spear style stuff. But I'll give it a shot. Okay, I got one more grip for you. Okay, and this one I'm finding I'm liking it the best. You put your index finger and middle finger on the back of the plane of the knife. All right, now upon release, you're gonna have to get your ring finger and index finger out of the way, but it's sort of like a shuriken pushing motion. Alright, I'm sorry this video was not as helpful as it could have been. It's a really hard throw. There's not really a whole lot you can do to overcome what in this case in no spin style is a fault in the knife, basically this ring being here. So what I'd recommend is, if you want to try this, you can try your standardized thorn grip, okay? You can turn the knife over, Okay, so it's like a thorn grip, but you're throwing with the plane of the knife flat. You can try one with your middle finger on the back of the handle, and you're pinching the handle with your index finger and ring finger. Throw it on flat. Or you can try this one right here that I just showed you. This one's my favorite. You may find something that works better for you. But again, sorry, couldn't have been more helpful. It's a really hard throw. And thanks for watching.